be like a Chakras 101. We're not going to go into, a huge depth about them, but chakras are very important for us to know about because they are the life force energy centers in our body. We have many of them, but we're going to talk about the 7 major ones because those are the ones. If we keep those tuned up, we will probably have very good health and feel very well. So we're going to talk about that. Now Sheila's going to be my little model here, and at the end of this, we're going to do a guided meditation for you guys to balance your own chakra. The first one, chakra number 1, is the root chakra. And, I should say, excuse me, you could study these chakras your whole life and still there's more to learn. I mean, they're very in-depth. You can go on and on and on. But chakras, when they're operating, when they're functioning appropriately, they are like little tornadoes that go out the front and the back of our body. So when we talk about the chakras, I'm just going to show you the front side, but there's also another one that goes out the back, and they operate separately. Corresponding color, they each have an organ that they're hooked up to. They're also an endocrine system. Each one has a psychological function. They each carry a lesson with them, and when we, in our lives, each one of us are working on at least one chakra issue throughout our life. So as we talk about it, you think, oh gosh, I always have problems with that one. That is probably the one that you're working on in this life. So they carry lessons. They're also connected to different senses, and there's corresponding stones, like the chakra jewelry. These are crystals, but they have a color. But you can also do things with stones. So tonight we're going to do a meditation to help you balance them. That's just one way to balance your chakras. There's many other ways. Chakra number 1, the color of chakra number 1 is called the root chakra, and the color of number 1 is red. And the root chakra only has one. It doesn't have a corresponding back one because that one goes down. If you were to go straight down between your legs, it goes straight down that way. And this is the one that grounds us to the earth. So I'm just going to stick this on her legs. The endocrine system, or the part of the endocrine system that this one is connected to is our adrenal glands. Okay? The psychological function is the quantity of physical energy because this one grounds us to the earth, and we actually can pull energy from the earth up into our bodies. And when chakras are operating or functioning appropriately, if I'm looking out for my chakras, they're going clockwise. To me, they're going counterclockwise, but they're like little tornadoes. They pull energy into our body. Now, there's different things that can affect how our chakras function. Stress, chemicals, injury, you name it. Lots of different things can affect them, and they can actually quit spinning, or they can spin the wrong direction. And when they spin the wrong direction, they actually shoot energy out of our bodies and deplete us. And so if you have pain in different areas, it's probably because that chakra isn't operating. The sense that this one is connected to is touch and movement, which makes sense if it's, grounding us and that kind of thing. The body part it's connected to is our kidneys. And the lesson of the root chakra is survival and the ability to stand up for oneself. Okay, so standing firm on the earth. So that's the root chakra. Okay. The navel chakra, the color is orange, and like I said, it's right below the navel, your lower abdomen area. The endocrine that's hooked with is your gonads. So that's our reproductive parts. The psychological function is obviously quality of love, giving and receiving physical, mental, and spiritual pleasure. And the sense is emotions, joy, fear, anger. So it's a lot of our emotional stuff is there. So if we struggle with that, if we struggle expressing our emotions, we'll more than likely have issues with that chakra. And the lesson is feelings and the ability to be social and intimacy issues. So that's our navel chakra. Now that will have a corresponding one on the back side that operates by itself. But so if we were able to see other chakras and stand sideways, we'd have little cyclones. Solar plexus, and that color is yellow. That's right above the navel. This is a very common one for women to have issues with because this is about our power. This is about being powerful and accepting our power. The endocrine system that's hooked with is our pancreas. And the psychological is pleasure and expansiveness, spiritual wisdom, and who you are within the universe. And so that's about power, who we are. And a lot of us women struggle with that. So this is, you know, if you're struggling with that, you might have digestive stuff, you might have, you know, stomach pain, that kind of thing, but that's a very common one for women. That it's connected with is intuition. And women are very intuitive, so that makes sense that this would be our chakra. Body part is stomach, liver, gallbladder, and our nervous system. The lesson is personal power, the right to think. The heart chakra, the color with that is green. And the heart chakra is a very important chakra because it's the middle one. It balances the top ones and the bottom one. So that's where they kind of come together and balance. The thing that I didn't share with you is sometimes our chakras might not be going the right direction. But sometimes, if we're really working on something, it needs to be off for a little bit as we kind of work on that. And what will happen is other chakras will kick in and cover for it. And so, when we're all balanced, kind of things, they'll meet at our heart chakra. And actually, if you're very intuitive, you know, a lot of people think we're using our brow chakra for that, but this is where psychics work from, is their heart chakra. Or the endocrine that it's hooked with is the thymus. And the psychological thing, obviously, heart, love for others, love for ourselves. And the sensitive is loving. And the body part is heart, blood, and the circulatory system. So that's the heart chakra. The next one, and this is another common one that women have trouble with, is our throat chakra. Obviously, the color is blue, and it's right in our throat, and again, front and back. And the endocrine is the thyroid, and it's the psychological part of it is our sense of self, creativity, using our voice, speaking up, being who we're supposed to be. And so this is another common one for women to struggle with. So we might have sore throats, lose our voice often, those kinds of things. So if that's something you struggle with, that's very common for women. So you're not alone. The sense, hearing and speaking, and the body part is the bronchial and voice apparatus in our lungs. So it's all that breathing, taking in life. And the lesson of that chakra is relationships and the right to speak, that kind of thing, like I already talked about. So that's our throat chakra. Our brow chakra, and that color is supposed to be like an indigo. It looks kind of purpley, but it's a blue-purple. It's an indigo color. Right between our forehead, right between our eyes and our forehead, the endocrine is our pituitary gland, and the psychological function is the capacity to visualize and understand mental concepts. It's also, our third eye is like if, you know, you can envision things, you know, with your eyes closed, that kind of thing that's happening. You know, people say, I can see things. That's where they're seeing them. The sense is seeing and visualizing, and the body part is the lower brain, left eye, ears, nose, and the nervous system. The lesson, intuition, developing psychic abilities, and self-realization is the brow chakra. Say that it's purple or violet, and some things you read will say it's white. So I compromised and did them both. And it's at the top of our head and goes straight up, just like the bottom one goes straight down. This is straight up. And this is our spiritual connection. The endocrine is the pineal gland, and the psychological part of it is integration of total personality with life and spiritual aspects of mankind. Big one. Sense is knowing whole concepts, and the body parts are upper brain and right eye. And the lesson is knowingness, the right to aspire, and our connection to our concept of God. So it's our spiritual connection.